right in the heart with a silver bullet.
Yeah. I think they're plotting on me. Don't wipe these feet when they enter the L.A.R. I feel a cold stare. Think I ain't looking. Maybe because I'm focused. No hands out for the hopeless. Funny bullets, I caught some shots. Another piece of the puzzle connecting dots. You can find the truth of laughter and liquor. One more shot to an empty bottle. If you don't walk there like a model for me, like I don't see her intentions all in my scope. At a time we were just friends, with advice to land. Nothing special, I was dead broke, but we still got hope. Don't take my words, just back and issue that raw dough. Just back and issue that raw dough. Back and issue that raw dough. To the people that listen to my people, they know that I do care. With their hands in the air, rocking side to side. Now my work, yeah, it's time to ride. Where my niggas at? My niggas ain't my niggas no more. Push me to the back, label to change up its swag. I do it for us, I'm pro-black. Don't rock it the shit, yeah. Wouldn't be so all type of African shit. Just rock a paper fade, swagger tailor-made. Polo colors and fly kicks. Just polo colors and fly kicks. Exclusive shit, not get wet. Keep it coming, just don't stop. The revolution starts with shot.
I'm respectful to my people, and I want to represent my people, and I don't want to be a bad representative. I can't be blind, let the blind lead the blind, they all follow the good.
Now my mama said, baby, act like you got sense. They act like I only act right for Lent. Been living in purgatory, brown nosing for heaven. Not sure if I'm getting in, cause I ain't paid a reverence. Who looking at me when I ain't looking, judging my character? I can't put down my guard on this planet, back in the camera. Ready for my close-up, the lens gets bigger. Won't play me on BET, cause I am not a nigga. My heart is like a powder keg, ready to explode. Smell like strange fruit, cause I'm America's cologne. It started with the hello, think you're a nice fellow. You're ballin' like Carmelo, you treating like Othello. L.A.R. be the star, turn a rapper to a prophet. Bulletproof 306, keep your hands in your pocket. Jordan rules for my life, you contain them, can't stop them. I'm niggas sky high, so the clouds can't drop them. My life is like a miracle, my words are just imperial. I'm edible, I'm audible, I'm digital, I'm visual. Spit like Komodo, go like Bruce Lee. Roy beating the mean as bad as Mofo in the dojo. Life is so amazing and raps like Jesus. They said hip-hop is dead, but today look like Easter.
Now I wake up in the morning, I'm black and handsome as ever. However, you see me as strange fruit, will it ever happen, not again. A crook and just a homicide, he know it's self-defense. But since I'm black and since he white, he got no common sense. That's 1969, and he ain't Jesus Christ. He ain't coming back on Easter, he ain't got a second life. You know I'm right? Hold up, look. Now the sirens in my window here, pull it over. License and registration, gun ain't never in the holster. Plus, that man black too, he wanna act too. A nigga with an attitude and a badge too. A couple tattoos, hoping I act a fool so he can squeeze too. But it ain't nothing different, they the same thing. They pull him over, he gon' get the same thing. Maybe 2 up in his brain, 21 gun salute. Last words was I'm a copy, last heard fuck you. And he ain't coming back, you know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, y'all say goodbye. Everybody cry, second line. But when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, they know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, everybody cry. Y'all say goodbye, second line. But when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, I'm gone. And now she on welfare. Lost here that they can't live there. So we ain't there, and life ain't fair. But the food free, and the rent cheap. His roaches where you sleep. He still came around and taught you baseball. Bought a Barbie doll, he raised all of y'all. And now the kids adults, they both up in the court. She want that child support, he on that child support. But he ain't never taught him baseball, and she ain't never bought him Barbie dolls. They both never there, no, never, not at all. Saying, well, pull your pants up, go while your ass out. They looking back saying, why, y'all ain't ever in the house. You got it backwards, don't you? Cause we still preaching unity, and it's supposed to be family first in community. Got it in church to $1 for your blessing. We made in God's image, thinking we're Satan's mind. They got us crossed up, now Judas is Caesar. America bury me, but I ain't coming back for Easter. Yeah, they know I'm black like Jesus, but I I ain't coming back for Easter, y'all say goodbye. Everybody cry, second line, but when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, they know I'm black like Jesus. But I ain't coming back for Easter, everybody cry. Y'all say goodbye, second line, but when the music stop, move on. Cause I ain't coming home, I'm gone.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement, still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. Black Manosphere Show of the week. Excuse me. But as you see the topic, man, we got to get into this one. We really do. So I got to do it. And, you know, sometimes you got to make note of some things. And this is one of those things, you know, where you got to put that out there like, this is what goes on. So now, without further ado, I'm going to make this point. Let's go.
Child support and baby mama.
It ain't even about the child support. It ain't about the money.
No, I'm not saying about. I'm saying those two things, y'all make them sound like the boogeyman. I don't like that.
No. See, it's not about it being a boogeyman. It's about understanding that you have a responsibility.
Don't tell him nothing. Don't tell him nothing. No, tell me. I haven't went through it yet. I can tell nigga, the first time you don't get your baby, you going to jail. Time you pull up in your baby, now
you on that bullshit.
Open the door, you
that
jail.
Bullshit.
You gonna cuss out the neighbor
in the window.
You going to jail.
Cut up on your arms cut because you done broke the window. Bitch, you got me fucked up.
You going to jail.
Climbing through the window
yeah,
and shit.
You that nigga.
You think you like to argue now.
Ooh, Chico, you know who he is. You know who he is.
Who is it?
Don't have that nigga around my baby.
Yeah, we do a couple songs.
That's you, nigga.
I swear y'all got the wrong email.
Oh, that's you.
You don't know.
You know what?
Sorry about that. We had to do it. I know guys aren't having kids like they used to. You know, I get the numbers are down. Definitely understand that. But there's a segment of guys who sometimes we call guys who pander or guys who blame everything on men, that these guys are susceptible to getting got. You know, some of these effeminate guys who blame men for everything and they like halfway feminists. And to me, sometimes, you know, sometimes I think they're being sincere and they're just delusional. And sometimes I think they're just running game. So I got to say it. You know, it's you know, you know, it just hit you. It just hit you that game, you know, doesn't beat family court. Why am I bringing this up? So using that as a reference, if you notice, you got ladies with the passport, mad at passport bros. You got guys, you know, telling the ladies why we're not messing with you, this, that, and the third. And you got both sides really not trying to settle down. You know, I want to be traditional, but not with you, you know. So we got to ask the question, like, and then you got these other guys who, because of social media and the new economy, and they're guys who became famous overnight. They're guys who became celebrities overnight. Not necessarily overnight, but in a short amount of time with social media. And in my opinion, these are the kind of guys that's going to represent what I'm talking about. And I'm also going to point out the Derrick Jackson type. Okay. So first and foremost, see, a lot of people are talking about dating and whatnot. And the sense of it is, I don't want to mess with no IG model type chick. You got to excuse my dog, but he's like that. But at the same time, you got to have this. What's up? You got to have this discussion. A lot of guys get famous, internet famous, and guess who they messing with? IG chicks. Who people are still flying these chicks out. And what are they trying to do? Get pregnant, have a baby. I mean, they ain't flying them out to play Scrabble and Monopoly, right? They flying them out to get naked. My dog is spoiled brat. But because of that, these guys feel like, hey man, chicks want me, I'm the one, blah, 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 blah. And then you wind up in family court. Because you see, it's a demographic of dudes who came up now and they think they're that dude and they think they got it like that. But the court don't see it that way. Like, check this out. I'm a boxing fan. And if anybody watched last night, Tank had a great fight against, Davis versus Garcia. That was a great fight. Great fight. But earlier in the week or a week ago, he got arrested for quote unquote domestic violence, which he had to, put out. It really wasn't him. And then this girl was not girlfriend / mother of one of his kids retracted her. I ain't mean the situation. Well, guess what? Ultimately, it was a distraction for the fight. He still won, blah, blah, blah. But could he win against the court or the police? No. Now he's got to go, you know what? How am I do this? Now I'm one of the best boxers in the world, but can I beat this chick in court? Probably not. Probably not. I'm famous. I'm rich. I'm probably a better parent than this girl, but can I get custody? Probably not. Probably not. So does the game help? No. You know what I'm saying? Now, I gotta appreciate that. I really appreciate that, MJ. Now I gotta bring up Derrick Jackson. Tell y'all why. What's interesting about this is Derrick Jackson sold ladies a bill of goods for a minute. And he pretty much, as the guy stated prior, he pretty much was the guy that he was talking about. It wasn't, this fictitious black man that the lady's like, oh, that's right, that's how they do it. No, it was pretty much him. But here's the thing. He was smooth enough to get all you ladies to follow him and love him, and he's the ideal man, and then he played his wife. If he got enough quote-unquote game or swag or enough mouthpiece to fool, over 1 million women, can anybody else say possibly he embarrassed his wife to the point that she could go left and really, use the family court to throw him under the bus? Like, you know what? I just need custody of these kids, and then I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna get this child support, and I'm gonna get with somebody else, and I'm gonna have them raise the kid because I don't trust him. If he come by, I'm gonna put a restraining order on him. Like, he's dangerously close to her, taking out all of her aggression on him, because she was, wishing death or whatever, destruction and despair on people who were just talking about their family situation, and the ladies who were insinuating that, he for the streets. So now that he made it look crazy, all that in the car rolling the neck, like, let me tell you something, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So since it's not gonna work, what would a guy like that wind up doing? Turning around and being quote unquote manosphere content. He's probably not going to do that, but he's going to have those conversations that are in the ballpark of manosphere content. Like, you can't alienate a father from his kids. You're going to, it's going to be a problem. All that game don't help you. Don't help you. And I say that because there's the demographics of guys who really think they can finesse the system because they feel like they're confident and cocky and they feel like it ain't going to happen to them. And you see it time and time and time again. Another demographic of guys that we like to talk about that do this type of stuff is what you call that? The Pookie and the Ray Ray, right? Like the hood dude. The dude that want to be in the streets and might make money off the books. But and when you're young, the girls like them. And sometimes when you're older, the girls like to use them. These guys are particular suckers because those guys might have multiple kids with multiple women. Multiple kids with multiple women. Man, what's up, dog? I was going to holler at you today, but I'm going to hit you later on. So they have multiple kids with multiple women, and then it becomes an issue. It becomes an issue because it's like, yo, my baby mama did this, my baby mama did that, blah, blah, blah. And deep down, you got to go, bro, you thought you had it like that. You thought you had it like that. And now you realize, even if she don't have it like that, she got the upper hand with the court. So even though, you feel like you had game, the game don't help you in the court. True story. I know a guy who felt like he had a situation worked out with his significant other. I think it was like his ex-wife or whatever. And what he did was he was trying to, say sweet nothings and talk to him. Look, we could just go in the court. They slept together the night before because he felt like if I put it down, it's going to be on the mind and we could ease this thing out in court. That woman got in court and was like, I want it all. And he was like, what the heck? I can't believe you did me like that. It's like, that game did not help you in that court. Because she knew what you was talking wasn't going to be more than what she was going to get. And what I mean by more than what she was going to get, I don't necessarily mean money. See, some guys are blind to the fact that family court, child support, baby mamas and their attitudes, it's literally like being in prison, on parole for 18 years. Like you kind of like you're on parole for like 18 years. Any offense could get you locked up, and but you gotta ride a straight line for 18 years straight. And if you got any hiccups in the road, well, you might be in solitary confinement. And a lot of times guys don't think about it, because I was using the Emmanuel Hudson cat for it, because he's like, y'all tripping. It's not that big of a deal. And he like, you that type. See, you that type that think, you guys are tripping. Y'all, you was doing the wrong thing. Or you ain't as good as guys you say, because if you was, you wouldn't have these problems. And it's like, well, there's some pretty good guys got screwed over. But it could never be you. It can never be you. It's like, okay, you're going to find out it's going to be you. Before you know it, you're going to find out it's going to be you. Now, I'm going to take this somewhere else, just for the record, right? Sometimes there are guys, and you've seen the news stories about this type of stuff, who figure, I could work it out. We could work it out. We could work it out off the books. And you know what? We're going to be straight. I'm in my 40s, right? So here's the thing that might wind up happening to a lot of guys who thought they could work it out off the books. When that kid turned 15, 16, 17, even 18, because depending on the rules of the state, mom going to go right back to court. I ain't give nothing for all this time. you could, and guys still could fall for it because after all these years, they ain't go, you know what? You know, you're sitting there under the umbrella of, I hope she don't do that. I hope she don't do that. But think about this economy. Seriously, like think about the economy. Think about it. Think about inflation and interest rates and the cost of, goods and services going up. The food going up in the grocery store. The gas is starting to creep back up. Clothing is starting to go up. Electronics going up. You know what I mean? And you're not thinking about, the rent for renters is going up. Child care going up. You're not thinking about, formula, diapers, toilet paper, everything just eggs going up. You're not thinking about the situation where, oh man, we good, we got a good situation, it's all right. And it's like, bro, the minute that lady says, you know what, I could at least get an extra $10, $20, $30, $50,000 out of this guy, because I can go now and say, you know what, I ain't never got nothing. And then they're going to go, okay, sir, you got to pay this plus you owe that. And guys are like, they sitting there like, nah, it can't be me. It can be you, bro. I know guys are saying, guys are saying these women are going to other countries to get BBLs, which they are. And some of them are not making it back, which is sad. But I'm going to tell you what part of this is. They're trying to get y'all, to get extra attracted to them again so you can go raw. ODB style. And then when you do that, you're going to pay for that BBL. You're going to pay for that trip. You're going to pay the insurance. So, a lot of times this stuff is like, quote unquote, an investment, right? And people are not thinking about it. And it's like, yo, it's not a good idea. You remember in the last few years, they were saying the biggest demographic of women to get pregnant was women in their 30s. Who didn't have kids, who was a feminist. I'm going to school, get an education. I don't need a man. I'm following my career. And then they didn't have a family. And then they was like, screw it, I'm gonna get pregnant. And that's what they did. But this is what people forget. If the older guys are hip to the game, and the younger guys aren't financially stable, you fellas are at risk. Because some of you young brothers can't afford to be a passport, bro. You feel me? Some of y'all like, this old woman, she like me. She let me come through. She is extra kinky, you know what I'm saying? Hell, just how I like it. This girl she putting it on me, she putting it down, she cooking, the place nice. You up next. Maybe she can afford the baby without you. But she already knows she got you beating family court. Maybe you're not on your feet yet. Maybe you're willing to hit a, I'm good, I'm safe conversation, because you can be easily manipulated. I'm tired. You can be manipulated easier. She got your back. So you think. And because you think she got your back, it's like, oh, it's all good. I got it. It'll be straight. And then bada boom, bada bing, you the pappy. Now what? Because you thought you had game because you got you an older woman. You didn't realize she was playing you the whole time. It's what it is. But a lot of guys don't think, you ain't thinking about it that early. It's like, no, nothing. Couldn't be me. Oh, the guys who are the fly guys, the attractive guys, I'm getting them coming this way, that way, da. There are a lot of guys who may be in their 30s and 40s who you're trying to figure out, who look like life ran them over with an 18-wheeler. And you're trying to figure out what happened. But if you talk to the guys when they were younger, you know, they were that dude. They might have been in shape, they might have been fly, they might have been well put together, well dressed, and then the weight of everything got heavy on them, and they just like, oh, they just you know, just was like, I'm out of it. It just fell off. And what I see, and why I'm saying it this way is because when I talk about certain issues, and I talk about sometimes guys being effeminate and the guys kind of looking androgynous nowadays, part of that effeminate image and androgynous image is the delusion that, you know, the ladies love me, it ain't gonna happen to me. And it's like, you believed all that stuff. You believe that being cute is gonna save you. You believe that being fly is gonna save you. You know, think about that. Crimson Cure did a video on a young boy, you know, prepubescent, pre-puberty. They took a picture of a young boy, and women were flocking to the picture, talking about how they'll sleep with the boy and his daddy. You know, they can both get it, right? Not understanding, you know, when that maybe boy was 8, I don't know, when he turns 15, 16, 17, it's over. You know, he ain't gonna be Antoine Fisher, but it's gonna be Antoine Fisher-esque. And because people forget about, like, it wasn't too long ago. Think about how many young guys who were high school athletes, great athletes, like, you know, packed the house, you know, setting records type athletes. Think about in the last maybe 10 years, how many stories you heard. How many stories have you heard of those guys getting a grown woman pregnant and not playing the sports no more? Think about that. He was well on his way, and then bada boom, bada bing. He was 15, 16, 17, 18. He got a girl that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, pregnant. Boom. That's technically, think about that Chief Keef story. Well, one of his kids' mothers, she was like 30, he was like 16 or something like that. It wasn't statutory, right? She's not looked at as an abuser. It's just pay me my money. And people don't. You got younger guys who really not trying to hear that. Some of y'all cats who feel young, wild, and free. Some of you cats with the dreads, you just like shaking them, and you want to be, you know, you getting your tattoos, and, you know, you walking around with guns and whatnot. I'm crazy. These girls don't care if you. These girls look at you as you. You think your op got a gun, but your op got a thumb. But you so, you know, into the wildlife, you know, and being young and wild and free, that it don't dawn on you, you know. Because, man, I'll shoot something. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Can't shoot nothing in that family court, dog. And then some of y'all stupid enough to, I knew this was going to happen. I talked about it years ago. Some of you going to get mad, and y'all going to try to off your kid's mother. But here's the problem. Even if you do that, you got to spend life in jail with that over your head. And anytime something go down, you one of the first people that they're going to attack. Because you thought you was that dude. You really thought you was that dude. And it's like, okay, fine. You know, fine. You that dude. I appreciate you, fam. So y'all got to take it into consideration, man. Y'all really got to take it into consideration that, you know, it ain't what you think. You know, this idea that, you know, you got game. You know, it shouldn't just hit you that your game doesn't beat family court. The other thing, you know, and you see it partially with the social media rise. There are guys who became rich who girls wasn't checking for. And I see some of y'all trying to vet these chicks, but y'all with these chicks, and it's like everybody else can see it a mile away, bro. You screwed. You know what? The YouTube has made a lot of guys who would be in a Rob Kardashian frame get with Black China type girls, and then wind up in all of these issues. Because I'm the man. I can finally do it. It's like, bro, stay in your lane and mess with somebody that mess with you. Don't do that. Don't do that. But it's interesting because it's gonna keep happening, and people don't realize why it's gonna keep happening because you got to take it another step. Even with the guys that travel, I'm not hating. What happens when you have a baby abroad? You got two options. You're gonna bring them back here, bring the baby back here, or the baby gonna stay there. And 9 times out of 10, if you have the baby in another country, it's gonna be hard to get that baby to America. And the other thing is, I'm sure they got child support in these other countries. And when y'all think about the how the dollar, transfers in other countries. You like to go to the DR because the dollar helps you in the DR. The dollar is different in Mexico. The dollar is different just in the Caribbean in general, right? So you go there, you have fun. Same thing in Brazil. Go there, you have a good time. You meet somebody, bada boom, bada bing. Now you got a baby. Because you like the treatment. You like how the ladies like you, how they treat you. They look out for you. But dang. Do I want my baby to grow up here? Now am I going to be going back and forth? Is the baby what we going to do? And at that point, some people are going to be looked at as, you just a lick. Because if you're not going to marry the chicks, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a major problem. So, a game can't help you in family court. But the other thing, now, the flip side of this is also, and I got to talk about it in this way. I didn't realize this thing was on like this. All right. There are a lot of ladies who've been running game in family court, and either the time is running out, or they're gonna lose, or they're losing, or going to lose custody, or about to lose, or somebody's gonna fight for custody and they might win because of the outrageous behavior of some of these mothers out here. Here's the issue: if these ladies lose, some of these ladies might hurt their kids. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But here's the other thing: some of these ladies might look at that opportunity as a loss, and they might double down on unprotected relations and get pregnant by somebody else and start over and use that guy to pay the child support that they're supposed to pay. And it might double up with guys. So, and guys might not be thinking that because you're like, no. Some of these chicks that go that, like I was gonna talk about this in a different video, but y'all got to be careful of these lipstick lesbians. See, the ladies who like the ladies,
But if they go broke, the lady can't provide for them, who up next? She gonna play the game. And I ain't talking about the ones that's manly. I'm talking about the ones that's real feminine. The ones, oh man, you would. No. Because there's a lot of, people think about the girls who look like dudes, the studs. There's a lot of girls who look like girls, who like girls. And guess what? They got a girlfriend after they had, you know what I'm saying? After they had a kid. They wanted to have a kid, but they didn't want to be with you. So, but they gonna make you feel good. And oh man, she rocking with me, da, da, da. And you ain't gonna think about it. And someone might be upfront with you, tell you stuff like, yeah, I used to mess with ladies, but I don't do it no more. And if you still like them other guys back in the day, that's like, I could get a threesome. Yeah, you can be a threesome. The baby, her, and her girlfriend, and your money. So don't let yourself get played playing that game. Don't let yourself get played playing that game. Appreciate you, fam. So, people gotta think this stuff out. Like, don't put yourself in that situation where you're not aware of the possibility. No, it ain't gonna never happen to me. Y'all gotta think about it, man. Like, honestly, y'all gotta think about it honestly. If guys were telling you 10, 20 years ago, people were poking holes in condoms, people was using turkey basters, that was letting you know that guys were protecting themselves and people were going an extra mile. Excuse me, think about the Drake situation with the hot sauce that happened, a year ago, last year or something? Think about that. He know, like, they trying to get me. I'm trying to get mine, but they trying to get me. And y'all gotta, but you get caught up in these situations like, no, it's not like that. I'm gonna add a little sprinkle into this thing. There's a demographic of women who went to college, who really trying to get their stuff together. Really and truly are. They went to college because of education, they looking for a job, they start their career, they're trying to just be grown women about their stuff. But there's a demographic of those women after that 6 months, after graduation, or after they stop going to school after that 6 months, what's happening? after that 6 months, when them student loans start kicking in, her femininity about to kick in on you. Like, you look kind of looking good over there, See, y'all don't peep small things. The strip club is popping, but it ain't. It's died down. The lounges and the restaurants, people still go to. And I want you to take this with you. Just hear me when I say this. Y'all need to think about how many times someone of the opposite sex has seen you going out and eating good, or going out and being able to afford what you afford. And it ain't just going out like that. Think about when you go to the grocery store. I've been chilling for a good minute on a lot of things that I could have said, but I don't. I want y'all to think about every time y'all went to the grocery store, because you see the price of food is just. I want y'all to think about every time you've seen a woman in the grocery store, and it's taking her 9 years to check out. She talking. I'm gonna use this card. I'm gonna use that card. I'm gonna use cash with this. And then you come in there and you go whoop and move. I want you to think about that. Because y'all gonna go, you know what I'm saying? Ain't a big deal. It is a big deal. Because the more you pay attention to your surroundings like that, the more you're gonna come to see that people are watching you. People are watching you at the gas station fill up. People are watching you. You know, they like, if you go to the mall, you know, if you are in an apartment complex and you want people buying stuff on Amazon and they keep seeing you getting packages every day, you're gonna start getting handsome. You're gonna start getting handsome. You're like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Da, da, da. Yeah. Y'all better get it together. There are guys out here who just, you know, fly. Fly ain't helping them. Fly ain't helping them. Ooh. I feel you, man. I got what? I might not even have any time left in a month. I might be done in a month. But a lot of guys got to get it together. Like, you ain't got to get it together in the sense of, how do you say that? You don't have to get it together in the sense of, I ain't got to talk to this person, that person. You got to realize what can possibly happen from which direction. Because a lot of y'all ain't paying attention. Like, I'm good with my hands, right? If I was single right now, I could tell you what happened. Because I could fix stuff. What's up, dog? Because I could fix stuff. I can be an asset, because guess what? It don't cost as much to do this or do that. You know, just give me some tools and some time, I'll probably get it done. And now you're gonna have a problem, because if you could fix stuff and somebody asks you for your help and you do something for them, it costs them a little less. What's up? What's up, MJ? What's up, Mom? What's happening? I hope you're doing good, girl. Because you could do that stuff, you start having conversations, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. And then the conversations lead to this, lead to that. And now all of a sudden, you in a full-fledged side relationship. Another thing, you know, because see, this game, like, you're not going to beat that family court when you get caught up. Let me tell you that right now. I'm glad you starting off a good year. Y'all not going to beat the family court with this one. Because I was telling my lady about this, like, you know, how guys who got their stuff together, there might be an influx of guys if you got a nice place and you got space. Ladies might start going, you know what, I can, because of the rising cost of everything, I could live with you and her. You see what I'm saying? I could live with you and her. It's all good with me. And the other girl, it's all good with me. You taking care of the bills, it's all good with me. And it might be an arrangement. You know, somebody might say they money get out. It's cool. I'm done. I'm gonna feed them out. But see, here's the thing. The price of everything is only gonna go up. So guess what? People are gonna be sitting there thinking about it like, if I leave, I gotta go back out there and saved up a good chunk of change. But how long will it last? Maybe, just maybe. The new Johnny, the glove, like if the condom don't fit, you in some. But they might figure out, yo, you know what? Go ahead and pop it in, you know, do whatever. Because people are looking for just somebody to quote unquote get it in with, you know, sneaky link. You can in-house sneaky link, you about to move, blah, blah, blah. Because guys are not, you know, there's a certain different demographic of guys that are getting back into the dating market, and there's a certain demographic of guys who girls weren't checking for, but they will be. They will be. And y'all gonna have to be prevalent to that, you know. And the other thing is, I'm gonna flip it around though. For the ladies. Some of you ladies who on y'all feet, and I used to tell this to some of my female friends back in the day, and they heard what I was saying, and I'm glad they did. That guy, that homosexual type of guy, who really ain't on his feet yet, but you on your feet, and he in the bedroom going like a porn star because he's screwing you because he need a place to stay because he do, you better believe he gonna knock you up. Or you better believe he will. And no matter how mad you get at him, he ain't gonna do. He was sorry when you met him, right? He wasn't on his feet when you met him, but he gonna use that baby the same way vindictive women use that baby. Look, I just want to be my baby life. You know, maybe he sleep on the couch from time to time. If you don't get with nobody, your boy gonna, he already know he in family court. If I go to family court, what they gonna do? I ain't got nothing. You know, we all know a guy. We don't know many. We all know a guy who, man, what they gonna take me for? What they gonna get? Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna go to court. I got a job at nowhere, doing nothing, making nothing an hour. You know, this dude gonna be paying $25 a month for child support, and just he come babysit and save you $1 or $2. You know, you better watch it. You know, it's just gonna hit you. The game don't. You know, it don't beat family court. Nah, I don't even want to go down this road, but I'm gonna have to. As y'all see with the economy changing, layoffs and remote working, right? I want y'all to think about this. You might have coworkers that get fired. They wouldn't talk to you when you was on the job. Because y'all was on the job. You know, y'all didn't mess with each other on the job, but if they get fired or quit, try to get another job, and it don't work out, they know where to go. Like, oh man, such and such. Oh, they know all your info. They know if you married, if you single, you know, if you run in the streets, because hey, y'all at work, y'all talk, right? They know just how to get you. And it's like, man, they would never do that to me. That's my coworker. Okay. Your coworker know how much you make. Your coworker know how much you do if you do overtime all the time. Your coworker know about your work ethic. Your coworker might know what you drive, maybe know where you live or how you live. Your coworker, we got a rapport, we got a relationship. Your coworker, maybe I could just slide in there and just stay for a little bit. You know, if times is rough, we know each other. Bada boom, bada bing. You know, I know y'all don't. You know, people don't. No, that can't happen. Oh, yes, it can. Yes, it can. You know, a lot of times people ain't thinking about it. You know, it's game. That's the game. That's how it go. Okay. Some of y'all, they like to do Uber. Listen, man. These ladies might drop you off or do DoorDash and and they realize, you know what? I done pick this fool up and drop this fool off. This is nice. This how they really living? Ain't nobody would know but me. It'll turn into taxi cab confessions. So what you do for a living? So how you doing? For real, you don't have. So what you out here single? You doing anything? Oh my goodness. Yeah, you having a tough time, man. Or I know somebody who might be good for you. And that person might be a bad one. They might be a bad one. You know. Look, I'm just saying, fam. But, you know, a lot of times, you know, because a lot of guys get hit by that. Oh, man, I'm good. I got this. No, you don't. No, you don't. Especially you younger brothers, man, who, I don't want to say it like this, but even though it's changing, there's still a lot of younger brothers who are brainwashed by their moms. And you love your mothers, and I get it. We all love our mothers. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of y'all mothers look like mothers now. So you believe them because don't nobody want them, right? You know, who That's messed up, man. That's messed up, fam. But that happens. Happens all the time. You know. Jimmy said, "Hey man, I've heard. I had coworkers who would just make a little side hustle money doing Uber and Lyft. It's like, boy, these people are crazy." But getting back to what I was getting at, a lot of y'all mothers, it's not attractive anymore. You know, a lot of y'all mamas look like Steve Harvey with a wig now, and y'all believe her because she got a good heart because she your mama, and you don't think. And she tells you to do things like give that woman a chance because she see herself in that young woman. That young woman is attractive. She don't look like your mama, but your mama could see the trifling in her and be like, oh, she's redeemable. That's how I had you. You ain't talk to your dad because he was such a bad guy. So they say rather. And what winds up happening is some of y'all gonna still get caught up in that I'm gonna be a better man than my dad. And you gonna throw yourself under the bus and find out the reality of the situation the hard way. I know people go, I'm not going to do that. Yes, you will. You know, and last but not least, you know, I don't know if it's last, but the demographic of you guys who are not trying to have kids, I got this, bro. Stop saying it. That's what I need you to do. Stop saying it. Because a lot of y'all talk yourselves into putting yourselves in a bad situation. I told a story years ago about a guy that I know through a friend who met up. He went out, met somebody that he knew from his past. He just by happenstance, he just happened to run into each other. He was doing good. She wasn't. Party scene. She drugged him. Took him home. You know, so you got me pregnant. Dude couldn't say nothing because he basically got roofied. You know what I'm saying? Took him along. You know, she had to have the baby, had to get a DNA test, you know, after the fact to find out the baby wasn't his. So I say that to say, some of you guys, you know, y'all think the game is I'm not having no kids. You keep telling people, stop telling people, man. Please. Just go out, kick it, protect yourself. Like a boxer, protect yourself at all times. Because if that's not what you want, fine. But stop putting it up on front that that's not what, I'm not doing this and I ain't having this and I ain't. Because somebody might look at your life and think it's better than theirs, and they'll be willing to do something that you won't even fathom. You know, because a lot of people who meet people, and I say this, and I don't mean to be cold when I say this, a lot of you fellas, y'all like to kick it, and y'all like to drink and smoke. Some of y'all do other drugs. But y'all got to take the drugs and alcohol out of dating. Because whether you know it or not, some people gonna capitalize on you being the type of, you know what I'm saying, I get high. Okay, you're gonna get too high. Or I got drunk. Get too drunk. You know, you remember your memory is spotty. People take advantage of that. And then you wind up in family court. Like, no, it wasn't me. No, yeah, they was da-da-da-da-da. They were high. They were drunk. See what I'm saying? So how you gonna say that to a judge, really? You know, because if it winds up your kids, like, because they're not gonna say she took it. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna say, hey, sir, we can't. It's not our fault that you couldn't hold your liquor or you wanted to be a smoker. That's not our problem. See, people gonna take advantage of stuff like that. Because I remember, you know, hanging around folks that was younger than me, and they was getting in the party and they was drinking all the time. And I'm looking at all the bottles and I'm like, this is a recipe for disaster. Y'all need to chill out. You know, and the other thing I'm gonna say, especially for you weed smokers in particular, y'all need to stop coming to work high. I'm gonna tell you that, like, dead serious. Because don't hang around people who go to work high, and don't be the person coming to work high. Because you're gonna get desperate. Because some of y'all might have to do a little extra to keep y'all job because y'all can't pass a drug test. And some of y'all gonna realize, you couldn't put it down and you failed a drug test or you get fired because of it. And now you just out there, trying to, be a player to get by here and there. You wind up with a baby here or there and you wind up jammed up. Don't do that to yourself. It might sound weird, but don't do that to yourself. For you guys who are married or in relationships, side chick season is over, bro. She's not going to try to be a side chick. She's going to try to be a side baby mama. Side chick season is over. You think you got it under control? No, you don't. No, you don't. The more you keep complaining about the woman, your main chick, your wife, your girlfriend, your old lady, whatever you want, the more you keep telling this girl, she going to keep finessing you and you're going to feel, oh, man, I need this. And you're going to be, you're having fun. The sex is good. And next thing you's a daddy. And guess what? Because, y'all think I'm playing when I say this? These ladies going to stop. Even though they have abortions, they're going to stop having abortions. Even you guys who think y'all got it and y'all put it together, y'all going to put the money on the table, I'll pay you this, that, they're going to stop having abortions. They're going to girls used to lie and say they was pregnant to get you to give them money for abortions. They're going to get pregnant on purpose and tell you they're getting an abortion, keep that baby, and then they're going to come back for you. So, don't do it. Don't think you got it like that. Because a lot of y'all don't, realize that the desperation of singles right now. Think about it. Like, seriously think about it. Everybody that you think about in the dating market, once you become a certain age of adult, I say once you're over 25, what do you see out there? You see ladies dressed provocatively, looking overly sexual and desperate. You see women with good jobs, women with good jobs on social media being overly sexual. Like, that's soft core. If your job find out, you can get fired. They don't care. They don't care. You see people talk about, oh man, I would never be with a chick like Brittany Renner, but I hate if you see Brittany Renner DMs. I thought you said you would never be with her. I never marry her, but I get with her. And one of you fools gonna catch you and get caught up with her. Just using her as an example. Like, I only know 2 women. Like, I'm 43. I only know 2 women. No, I take that back. 3. I have to think about it. I don't know if she wanted kids, though. But I know 3 women right now who used to say they didn't want kids and kept to that. 3. The rest of them, they said that, all of them parents. All of them parents. I don't want that. And I'm not saying I've been with ridiculous amount of women. I ain't going to do that. But I know a lot of women. And when I say 3, I started college when I was 17 and I'm 43. Think about it. So in 26 years, I only know 3. And I can say I've been with one of them. I say it. But don't believe this stuff. Don't believe it. Do not. Because a lot of y'all gonna get caught up just in that idea, like, yeah, she say that. Even these chicks that say, I don't want to have kids, that's what they say. Oh yeah, one other thing. I don't even want to do this, but I got to. There's a demographic of folks who are married in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s What's happening? What's happening? There's a demographic of folks who are married, 20s, 30s, 40s. They're getting divorced. They're getting divorced and they're getting back out on the singles market. And they finding out anyway what they thought. And now they want to go back to where they left. But in the meantime, in between time, and I hate to say this, they're looking for a better situation. Now, if they can find a better situation than what they left, they might be willing to have a baby just to be tied to that situation. Because here's the thing, married people or people who were married, they have a tendency to it's normal for them not to use protection. That's not a, you know, they've been married, they don't, what is that? That's condom, what's that? What are you talking about? It's just straight in there. And some of y'all don't realize, you know, some of these people realize, I don't want to go back to them. Or they try to sever the tie by getting pregnant. And you thinking, oh man, they this amount of years old, they divorced, they got these kids, they ain't want to do nothing else, they good. They wind up holding. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I've been on an hour, geez. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it down, man. Black Manosphere Show of the Week. I'm going to get on it. We're going to get back to interviews on my side of the game. So thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Do this, bro.
Spoken from the lips of the young or the old, fear of me.
Yeah, gotta put it all in.
And they are Superman.
All the way. I guess I'm taking off the cape through the glasses in the trash. Being super is great, saving y'all is such a drag. Even God took a break, me I ain't coming back. I got one life to live, if you don't like it, that's your ass. Cause nobody saved me, plus when I walk, I'm just a peon. I could use somebody just like I'm the kings of neon. This world is cold as ice, mixed with salt, mixed with freon. They got me pissed off, but that's better than being peed on. For eons, human beings took kindness for weakness. When you constipated, you start to appreciate shit. Put before you life and death, and you just gotta choose. The kryptonite life means you still follow the rules. If your credit's messed up or your bills ain't paid, then it's getting disconnected. Can't nobody say the day. And I can fly, leave a building in a single bound, but I can't stand fair weather friends, and I just fly around. My super friends in Justice League, only folk I kick it with. Kill Lex Luthor, so what, we had to finish it. Kids play games and adults play for keeps. And me, I play to win, but I ain't playing in these streets. And life is not a joke, then again it ain't this serious. Superman can say the day, but God can say the Superman. Saga of the kryptonite, life just ended. You enjoy listening? Man, I'll finish it. Lois, come holler at me. I got an ice couch. Thank you. Coming out. Listen. I knew you would like it because we made it. I'm so frigid and so fly. Hey.